Hello, my name is Camila. I am 24 years old and I live in New York City. I came here 6 months ago from Brazil. Now, I want to share my story with you. When I first arrived in New York, everything felt immense and overwhelming. The streets were a blur of yellow taxis, towering skyscrapers, and crowds of people moving with a purpose I didn't yet have. In this huge city, my own world felt incredibly small. My English was limited, and so was my confidence. One morning, on a crowded subway train, I was sitting and listening. Two women across from me were chatting in English. I couldn't grasp every word, but I focused intently. Gathering all my courage, I leaned forward with a hesitant smile and said, "Hello, my name is Camilla. I am learning English." The women turned to me, their expressions softening into smiles. One of them replied, "Nice to meet you, Camilla." Her name was Olivia. The other woman, Chloe, was just as friendly. They spoke slowly and clearly for me. I told them I was from Brazil, and they offered words of encouragement. "Your English is good. Keep going." We only talked for a few stops, but that short conversation was a turning point. It made me feel seen and happy. The fear that had been my constant companion began to fade. As I got off the train, Olivia gave me her phone number and said, "If you need anything, just call." That simple act of kindness changed everything for me. That same night, I made a promise to myself. I will study English every single day. I want to connect with people, to understand their stories, and to share my own with confidence. Fueled by a new sense of determination, I found an English school near my apartment and signed up for a beginner's course. My first day was a mix of nerves and excitement. I walked into a classroom filled with faces from all over the world. We exchanged tentative smiles, a silent acknowledgement of our shared journey. Our teacher, Ms. Davis, was young and full of positive energy. "You can all speak English," she announced. "You just have to believe it." We introduced ourselves one by one. There were students from Korea, Mexico, Turkey, China, and me from Brazil. I loved hearing their names and learning a little about their lives. Ms. Davis shared her teaching philosophy with us. "You don't learn a language by studying grammar books all day," she explained. "You learn by using it. Language is not about rules, it's about connection." Her words resonated deeply with me. I wanted to live in English, not just study it. That day marked the beginning of a new chapter in my life. The next day, a student named Akari from Japan asked a very important question. "What is the best way to learn new words?" Ms. Davis smiled. "The best way is by reading," she said. She told us that reading for at least 30 minutes every day was more effective than memorizing word lists. "Choose something you enjoy," she advised. A short story, an article, a simple book. If you like what you read, you'll learn without even realizing it. She added, "When you find a new word, look it up in a simple dictionary. Understand its meaning in the sentence and then keep reading. You'll learn not just the word, but how to use it naturally." After class, I went to a local library and found a short book called A Day in the Big Apple. That evening, I read the first few pages, looking up unfamiliar words on my phone. Reading the sentence again with the new meaning helped cement the word in my mind. This became my daily ritual, a quiet, proud moment of progress. On Wednesday, another student, Min Jun from South Korea, who was usually very quiet, spoke up. My pronunciation is bad, he admitted, looking nervous. I'm afraid to speak because I don't sound right. Ms. Davis nodded sympathetically. Many students feel that way, she said. I'm going to teach you a technique called shadowing. She explained that we should listen to a native speaker and repeat their words immediately, copying their rhythm, tone, and speed. She played a short video and we all tried it. It felt strange at first, almost like singing, but soon it became a fun game. This is how babies learn to talk, she said. They listen and they copy. That night, I practiced shadowing at home. My voice was hesitant at first, but with each repetition, I felt it growing stronger and more confident. The fear of making a mistake started to loosen its grip. I also wanted to be more involved, so I asked about school activities and joined the volleyball team. There, I met students from Spain, Japan, Italy, and India. We communicated through a mix of English and gestures, but we were all connected by the game and our shared goal of learning. A few days later, a new student named Isabella joined our class. She was from Italy and her English was incredibly fluent and clear. Ms. Davis asked, "Your school in Italy must be amazing." Isabella smiled and surprised us all. "I don't go to school. I learn at home by reading, shadowing, and thinking aloud in English." I had never heard of thinking aloud. I raised my hand and asked what it meant. Ms. Davis explained, "It means you speak your thoughts out loud, but in English, even when you're alone. It trains your brain to form thoughts directly in English, instead of translating from your native language." Isabella shared her experience. "I started with simple sentences," she said, like, "I am walking to the kitchen, I want a glass of water." At first, I had to translate from Italian, but slowly my brain switched. Now I think in English most of the time. Her story was a revelation. I started doing it immediately. Walking home, I would narrate my actions and feelings in my head, and sometimes whisper them aloud. "I like this city. I can do this." And for the first time, I truly believed it. On Thursday, I started my new job at a small cafe near Central Park called the Daily Grind Cafe. My manager, Michael, was kind and patient. "Don't worry, Camila," he said. "You'll learn fast." Working at the cafe was a daily immersion. I made coffee, cleaned tables, and took orders. When customers spoke too quickly, I would smile, listen carefully, and politely ask them to repeat. Most people were understanding. Their small acts of patience were huge boosts to my confidence. At the end of each day, I was exhausted but proud. I had survived a whole day speaking English. A week later, Michael gave me a new challenge. "Camila, can you answer the phone today?" My heart pounded. I had never taken a phone call in English. Without seeing a person's face, I would have to rely only on their words. "I can try," I said, my voice trembling slightly. The phone rang. I took a deep breath. "Good morning, the Daily Grind Cafe. This is Camila speaking." There was a pause, then a woman's voice. "Hi, I'd like to order 2 sandwiches and 1 coffee, please." She spoke quickly, but I focused. I repeated the order back to her. 2 sandwiches and 1 coffee. "Yes," she confirmed, "for pickup in 15 minutes. After I hung up, Michael gave me a big thumbs up. "You did it," he said. I couldn't stop smiling. That night, I called my mom in Brazil and told her the news. Hearing her say, "I'm so proud of you," made me feel proud of myself too. On a Sunday, with no work or class, I decided to explore Brooklyn. I wanted to visit a bookshop I had seen online. I navigated the subway by myself, feeling brave and independent. But when I got off at the station, the street was unfamiliar and my phone had no signal. I walked for 20 minutes, my confidence shrinking with every step. I was lost. Panic started to set in. Just as I was about to cry, I saw a woman walking her dog. I took a deep breath, walked up to her and said, "Excuse me, I'm lost. Can you help me?" She smiled kindly and gave me clear, simple directions to the bookshop. 10 minutes later, I was sitting inside with a warm coffee, my hands still shaking a little. I had been lost in New York, but I had found my way using English. 2 weeks later, Ms. Davis assigned us a final project, a 2-minute talk about something we love. My mind went blank with fear. What could I talk about? Then I thought of my grandmother's garden in Brazil. I love flowers. I wrote a simple speech. I practiced it every night, using shadowing to perfect my pronunciation and thinking aloud to make it feel natural. When my turn came, I stood in front of the class, my hands cold. My voice started as a whisper, but it grew stronger as I spoke about the beauty of flowers, about my home, and about my grandmother. When I finished, the class was silent for a moment, and then they erupted in applause. Ms. Davis had tears in her eyes. "Camilla, that was beautiful," she said. In those 2 minutes, I had shared a piece of my heart in a new language. It has now been 3 months since I arrived in New York. My English isn't perfect, but it is mine. I can laugh with my classmates, chat with customers, and even dream in English. Some days are still hard, but I no longer feel small or afraid. I walk with confidence, knowing that every mistake is a step forward. One evening, I stood on a bridge, looking at the sparkling city lights. Learning English taught me more than just words. It taught me courage, patience, and the strength to start over. If you are on a similar journey, I want you to know that you can do this. You are not alone. One word, one sentence, one conversation at a time, you are building a new future for yourself. What did you think of Camilla's story? What part inspired you the most? Have you ever faced something new and found strength inside yourself? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. If this story touched your heart, and if you enjoy emotional stories in English like this one, please like the video, share it with someone you care about, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next story. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you again very soon. Remember, life is emotional, so live your story.